In Movies and Money, we have our film critic Erik Childress, the founder of the Movie Madness podcast, on the line with us from the Toronto Film Festival. Erik, before we get to your movie reviews, can you fill us in on how Beetlejuice is performing in theaters?
Well, it was the film event of last weekend for sure, Angie, as Tim Burton's Beetlejuice opened to $111 million, just $12 million shy of the September record of Stephen King's It, and $20 million higher than the start of It Chapter 2. Warner Brothers delivers clowns from the underworld in the autumn season, and apparently audiences show up. But they have for years with these long-in-the-making sequels.
Now we get to the juicy part. You are screening a number of movies debuting at the Toronto Film Festival that eventually will be at theaters. Can you share some of your early picks with us?
Of course, Angie. Now, one of my absolute favorite films of the festival is The Life of Chuck. It's a new Stephen King adaptation from director Mike Flanagan, who also did Gerald's Game and Dr. Sleep. But this is one less of the spooky variety and one about hope and humanity. Loosely, it's about signs that the world may be coming to an end, and yet there is positivity by some celebrating the life of a seemingly random accountant played by Tom Hiddleston. Now, the film works backwards in time to show the hopelessness first, and then going back and seeing what makes this man so special. It is an absolutely beautiful film that I think, given time, could find the same people who love Stand By Me and The Shawshank Redemption hailing this as a classic King adaptation. Now, I'm also a big fan of Honora, which is a new film from Sean Baker, who made Tangerine, The Florida Project, and Red Rocket. It stars Mikey Madison from TV's Better Things as an exotic dancer who gets sweet on the son of a Russian oligarch, only to find his family trying desperately to break them up. Baker has become a sly master of sustained chaos, and this movie is very funny and another hilarious indictment of strongman idiocy. Honora opens in October. So we are still waiting to find out when audiences outside of Toronto will be able to see The Life of Chuck.
Those films are at the top of your list, but there is one that you say really stands out. What can you tell us?
I do, Angie, and this one really snuck up on me. It is called Heretic, and it is a new horror film from Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who were the writers of the original A Quiet Place. Now, this one stars Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East as two young Mormon missionaries who encounter a prospective convert in Hugh Grant, who is determined to offer his own religious teachings after trapping them in his home. Now, this is a film that could have been nothing but cheap, ironic terror, but instead it is a deep, dark dive into religion and spirituality. A history lesson as much as a hostage thriller that puts our brains to work as well as our teeth onto our nails. Now, most horror films like this start out with promise and then get predictable. This one continued to surprise right up until a masterful final moment that will get you thinking too. Plus, I believe there could be serious award consideration for Hugh Grant, who delivers one of the great villain performances in recent memory, and could be that rare horror film to get recognized up there in the acting categories alongside Sigourney Weaver in Aliens and Kathy Bates in Misery. Now, I'd like to hope its screenplay would be considered as well. But Heretic is absolutely one to look out for, and you can see it starting November 15th.
Erik, that one had my heart racing just watching the trailer. Thank you, I think.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.